so much.
Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of MTN's Sunday Roast. I think 2 weeks ago myself and Heather's video did cut off. I think the mics maybe died and last week we missed the upload. So you've had a little bit of a break from us, but we are back and today we wanted to chat about a few things that I suppose the most common things that we see that new gym goers make as mistakes when they first start. That was a weird way to say that, but when they first start going to the gym. So Alex is going to kick us off and we will all have a little bit of input throughout.
Cool. So, biggest one for me, no structure. They've not got a plan when they go in. So you've seen that guy who walks in and they just look for the first available machine. They're just kind of like when you used to leave Sims empty on your computer with no like directions and they just walk about. Just you know what I mean? What you need is a bit of structure.
That was absolutely class. Such a great analogy.
What do they call the kids are all calling them NPCs. People that just walk about and look like they don't know what they're doing.
Non-playable character.
That's it, mate. So
Thanks.
Structure.
Some people didn't know that, did you know?
No,
Did I know that? No, it's an NPC. Anyway, no structure. So I think for two reasons. One, you need structure because it gives you confidence.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing worse than walking into a gym as a new gym goer and you don't know what you're doing, because then you can convince everyone that's around you that they're looking at you and they know you don't know what you're doing, and that does not breed confidence at all. So I think a plan gives you that. Any client that I've given a plan to, they've said that I feel more confident in the gym now because I know what I'm doing. Progressive overload as well. I think if you've not got a structure to your plan, you're not going to be achieving progressive overload, which is progressively upping your weights or your reps across a range of reps.
You're just getting in there blind, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's like if you've not got any structure, you're getting in there.
A blind sim.
Next thing you know, you're on the treadmill for 25 minutes just doing steps because you've absolutely panicked and not
looking around going, nothing's free, never mind, I'll just leave. You know?
I'd actually say it's the number one thing that people, when we jump on a call with someone to talk about online coaching, it is always the thing they say. I've just not really got any structure. And I think as soon as you create that with someone, like it's in the first or second check-in, they're like, I just love having structure. I love being able to go into the gym. I've got something to follow when I get there. And again, like you say, it kind of takes, or it makes you feel like there's no eyes on you, even if there wasn't anyway. But no, definitely.
But it goes for it's not just. Sorry, mate. Sorry, thanks. It's not just beginners either. I know we talk about beginners, but like when we look at any one of us who, any time we've made the most amount of progress, has been when we follow a structured plan. We're experienced enough to be able to go in and fling something together to be able to have a good session, but in terms of being able to track your progress, you're wanting to be doing the same sort of stuff week in, week out to see that progress.
And just what you were saying there about confidence, Alex, like obviously when you're going in with a plan, you know what you're doing, but you're going to do that plan for at least like 4 to 6 weeks. So then, you know, like maybe by week 2 or week 3, you're like, I know exactly what my leg day is going to look like, so I know what I need to do, and you're just building on that, and it's not like just randomly going in.
That's an issue as well. Like sometimes we take a client on at first and we say, right, well, this is your plan, and okay, if we have hiccups in the first week, we can change little things, but generally that structure, we're doing this for no less than 46 weeks. Because I can guarantee by the time you get to the 3rd week, there's still things you're not doing perfectly. So there's always those first 2 weeks are really mainly just getting used to things first.
Moves nicely into my point, and that is not warming up. Again, when you have no structure and you don't know what you're doing when you go into the gym, you necessarily don't really know what you're meant to be warming up, so you just kind of walk in, it's a wee bit hey, here we go, pick things up, and then that's it, there you go. And then next thing you know, they're trying to pick up dumbbells and just fling them about, and you have dumbbells landing on their head. Next thing you know, they're injured, or you're just absolutely gubbed. But warming up is one of the biggest things that you need to focus on. It's not only going to prevent injury, but in terms of being able to make the most amount of progress with the working sets that you're going to be doing, you have to be priming your body for what you're about to do, or your body's just like, what the fuck is going on?
I think having structure with your warm-ups is like, it links back to that first point. Like most people go in and they've not actually having a set warm-up for like your upper body days, a set warm-up for your lower body days. Learn how to just do that warm-up is like a really good bit of advice, and just repeat the same warm-up. Yes, it needs to be maybe a little bit more relevant to specific exercises. On the most part though, you don't need to be crazy specific at the initial stages. You need to do a little bit of CV, so a little bit of cardio, get a bit of blood in your body. 2 or 3 activation exercises for, you know, the target muscle groups that you're going to be working. If you're doing lower body, do some squats, pit thrusts and single leg bridges, and then get started. If you're doing upper body, maybe do some banded stuff, and then just get going. Have a structure to your warm-up as well.
With like on the focus of warm-up, with doing the specifics of just like an upper body or a lower body warm-up, you also want to make sure that you're taking enough time with warming up with the actual movement that you're starting with. So for instance, if you're doing squats, probably the best way to warm up is by doing
Squats,
3 to 4 sets of squats, by adding a little bit more weight on each and every time, working up your weight to your working weight.
I think on a less scientific level, I think what I find is that a lot of us are coming into the gym like, oh, I'm just back from work and I'm just off the motorway and the traffic was fucking shit. See if you're just having just 10 minutes just to walk on the treadmill and actually just get and go, right,
like that.
I'm training now. And I used to find that really helped, because if I was coming in, we're all quite busy in here and we'll be maybe updating plans and, you know, True Coach or whatever, and then we jump in. It's like a few bands, warmed up. But I actually don't feel like I'm actually properly in my workout until the second exercise. So that's my first exercise now is rendered a bit useless. So just taking that time to just get some tunes on. What's that tune? XX, that pure intro. Get that one right. See a bit of intro on the treadmill, and just one incline walk, just take the pressure off your knees a little bit, and just get a good walk on there, man. Just like, and they just see when you jump at that first working set, you're there, you're ready, and you're present.
That is it's actually zoning in. I think that's a fast point.
Here's a question. Sorry for you on the next point. So if you're short for time. So you've only got an hour. Would you rather cut the workout short to 45 minutes, right? So you get an hour and you spend the first 15 minutes properly warming up and get what would you do? Would you rather go warm up?
I'm getting cold.
Or go
Personally, like, I think the more experience that you get in the gym, it really depends. It really depends. For me,
I need to.
I would have said that. You take 4 hours to warm up. Well, that's a weird one, because some people, when I watch them train, they take their warm ups longer than their workout, and it fucking shouldn't be. Like, if that's the case, you've got a massive injury. Like, which is the case for you right now. But like, if your warm up's taking that length of time. You fucking shouldn't, to be honest.
10 minutes then. 10 minutes should be a warm up.
10 minutes.
You should be taking 10 minutes.
Maybe if you've got like a niggle or something, an injury that you're coming away from,
guys,
maybe a little bit more.
I'm passionate warm up.
You actually, I know. I just want you to go in your last.
But they say, here's the reason, right, and why he'll say that, because you've never really had a badass injury.
But some people are less susceptible to injury, because you've seen the way that I train.
That's very true.
I never get injured.
But you also sleep really well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big sleep, big day.
This is for beginners, so I would say if you're a beginner, then I would still prioritise along like some form of a warm up.
Yeah.
I think it depends. See, once you've got experience and you actually know what your body can handle, both warming up or not warming up. So the way I'd look at that, if I had less time and I had squats in my plan, I wouldn't do back squat, because I know that I need a long warm up for that. So I would actually change my plan to do something that didn't require as much of a warm up. So that's probably what I would look to do. But I would say as a beginner, they wouldn't know how or what to do in that situation. So I would say to warm up. Helen, what's the next point?
So obviously we've talked a lot about structure and then given a lot of ideas of what we would do. But if you're a beginner, like, I definitely was really guilty of this when I didn't have a plan or structure. I was just like going on Instagram and going. I used to do it with the KK Fit twins. You know who they are? I used to love them.
Solid.
They're solid. But you go on their page and like every maybe 2 or 3 posts, it's just like their full workout.
Yeah.
And I would literally go in and be like, right, it's Tuesday, I'm going to do upper today, and then we'd go onto their page and just pick one and then just do it. And then the next Tuesday I would do another one off their page and just pick it. And it was so random.
But how you're so injured.
Cheers, KK.
And it was just so random, and like of course, like, to be fair,
Do you have one?
you're a dick. Obviously, like on Instagram and TikTok, it's like we post workouts as well, and it's good motivation and like it's good to get some ideas. But if you're a beginner, you do need to follow a structured plan and follow that every single week. But like most of the time, these influencers that are posting workouts that might be like all fancy and look cool and they're doing daft movements, like they're only doing that for clickbait because it might look fun or it might look cool.
Build your glutes, get a band around every single leg that you've got, the 2 legs, and get your arse in the camera and just be like, here we go, this is how we build the glutes. Here's a great warm up, guys.
Oh god. Damn.
Damn.
I'm not doing that at home,
But like my most hated one is when someone's doing like dumbbell lunge, like a lunge into like a bicep curl. I'm just like, your legs are so much more. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, why are you doing that? So following like random workouts on TikTok or Instagram isn't really going to give you the structure that you need.
Yeah, I think if you follow someone, they actually. You know they've got a track record for results, or you know that they're posting workouts that you know aren't like dog shit. See, genuinely, like there's better free information out there than there is for what a lot of people pay for nowadays, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unless you're paying us. But if you actually find someone that posts good quality workouts, rather than just doing a random one now and then, like stick to that workout for like 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
So like we're kind of saying like don't follow like TikTok workouts, but if you find someone that's posting like a really good high quality workout that you think is going to benefit you, then there is benefit to following it, but not just for one random week.
You'll usually see like that the coach or fitness of content creator or whatever will usually, if they're good, will note like I've been following this for X amount of weeks. Like this is my one of my lower body days just now in my program, rather than like a random one every single.
Followed a good few Steve Cook workouts.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I would get Steve Cook workouts and I would find 2 uppers from him and I'd find 2 lowers. And I would okay, there's my 4, and then I'd follow him. But I did do that for a good 6 months.
So just do that, guys. Don't pay us. Just go
Steve Cook.
Also, these things aren't really specific to you. You might have like a lag in muscle group area or an injury or something, and you following something that's not specific to you. That's what's good about getting a coach, because you can discuss with them. Like,
good save.
Yeah.
Well done.
No, I think that's a perfect point. I think not having structure, not warming up, not following TikTok workouts if you don't really know the reason behind them or whatever. I think the next thing is like ego lifting, and I wouldn't say this is for like complete beginners unless you're a guy. Women will rarely walk in at the gym if they've never been in a gym and try and lift the heaviest weight. Guys, it's a pride, it's an ego. You'll walk in, you'll see a bigger guy than you lifting fucking bicep curl on a 20 kilo, and you'll be like wanting to do 30 kilo. Guys are admittedly way worse than this, and you can hit me with sexism or whatever. That's just a straight hard fact right there. Guys are way worse for this. I think there's plenty of females that ego lift, there's plenty of guys that don't ego lift as well, but lifting more weight than you can handle at the initial stages is it's the fastest way to get injured, and it's the slowest way to make progress. Is a good way to put it.
It's going to leave you feeling like you're never recovering properly there as well.
Kind of feeds into that TikTok thing as well. Like you look at the workout Steve Cook's doing, like maybe a little bit more experience in what you're doing. Like he's a way more advanced, and then you're trying to go in and lift roughly the same weights or do the same sort of lifts for the same amount of volume, same level of intensity. Your body will be absolutely gubbed.
I think as well when you're on social media, there's such a massive, like you've got eyes on everyone, so you can see how well everyone else is doing because you've got access to it. But you might be in your kind of local gym and there's only maybe 1 or 2 people that are lifting heavy, but because you're on social media and you can see like more X, Y and Z, or there's more of it, so you're more inclined to go, oh fuck it, like I'll lift more. But really you shouldn't.
Soon as you drop that, like you get past that point of being able to drop your ego, like it opens up so many doors for you to be able to just solely focus on what you're doing in the gym each and every single time you step in. And I actually had a client in this morning, and that was generally the conversation that we had. He says, as soon as I dropped my ego, I felt like I progressed so much quicker, and that was and he feels so much more confident in the gym, feels much more comfortable. He just sees a lot more progress because he's not thinking about who's the next person next to him lifting.
I think it's focusing on yourself and what you should actually be doing as well. Like you could probably talk to someone in the gym that's like, okay, I'm on 6 days a week. I train 6 days a week, and I do chest this day. I do that. That's probably not right for you if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, actually, the vast majority of beginners that we take on, we would put them on 3 full body sessions a week. Now, it doesn't sound very cool, doesn't sound very sexy, like going in and training a little bit of quads and a little bit of biceps. It's not maybe as fun, I'd say, for guys especially. Exactly. But you will make more progress across the board, and you will recover better. Therefore, you'll be ready for your next workout to push harder again than you will if you're just jumping in 4 times a week. I think too many people at the start, they go, right, I've never been to the gym before, I'm going to go and buy a plan offline. It says I should be doing push-pull legs, rest, push-pull legs. And then that's, it's too much.
It's the all or nothing mindset.
It's too much.
Most people, when they make the switch to like improving themselves and improving their lifestyle, they've went from doing absolutely nothing. So they went from sitting on the couch, they went from not training, they went from not doing any steps, tracking their protein, tracking their calories, done none of that. And then they're like, fuck it, like I've got Magaluf, I'm motivated, I'm going to get in shape. I don't know what age they are, but they're going to Magaluf. And that's when they're like, cool, I'm just going to go 5 days a week. I've got 6 weeks to my holiday, I'm going to go 5 days a week. It's like, you know what, you actually make better progress going 3 days a week for the first month, and then maybe adding 4th. I would say.
What do they do after the first 2 weeks? They don't recover and they feel terrible, and they go, that's impossible. And they give up.
You get to session 3 in the lab.
Oh, they go, no fucking way,
then the last 2 sessions are half-assed, something hurts, and then you're just. And they think then it becomes unrealistic. It's like, I can't do 5 sessions a week, there's no way. And then what generally happens is the sessions that you've already got planned out for the total amount of volume you should be hitting across the week gets almost halved because you're only doing 3 sessions, whereas if you were to look at it and go, right, this is a bit more realistic, I'll go 3 sessions and actually get more volume in those 3 sessions.
I'll tell you what sessions are getting patched. Leg days.
Oh, aye.
Every time.
Aye, leg days.
Because that's just too much like hard work.
Chest and
so
arms.
then all you're doing is 3 upper bodies a week, and then you're too fucked to do anything else. So you wait until next week to do 3 upper bodies, but you could have done 3 full bodies and had it all.
Yeah.
And go to Magaluf for wee set of quads coming at the bottom of the Saturday shorts.
I'd say 80% of our clients do 4 days a week, and that's people that have been training quite a long while as well. Like most of us, like I mean, I'm 4 days a week. I've been training for like 15 years. Wouldn't be able to tell, but. So yeah, I think like 4 days for the vast majority is perfect. If you're just beginning, 3 days is good. And again, feeding into the all or nothing lifestyle, like a lot of people when they start trying to get in shape, they focus on just the gym. I think like that is one of the biggest mistakes. Like I can probably, you've always heard it, like you can't train a bad diet, but you actually really can't. You're never gonna get in great shape unless you tick a lot of different boxes. So it's not just training. There's other things involved, like
Nutrition. Your
Sleep.
nutrition.
Sleep.
Hydration.
Hydration.
Hydration. Hydrate before you caffeinate, baby.
Gatorade.
No, but see, in all honesty, I think that's where MTN coaching kind of puts a big stamp on it.
Do you know what we do?
Because it's the majority of what we
Right, let him
a
go.
wee man you. You're alright. Alright. Anyway, sorry.
Wee man syndrome.
I've lost my point.
Lost a heat no pal.
Anyway,
That was a great time. That's a great time to round up.
No, wait, I've got a good point. What we essentially do is something that you can essentially find online for fucking free, like nutrition plan, calories, know how to track your calories, training programs, might not be specific to you, but the main things of what we do in terms of accountability and checking in is working around your lifestyle, make sure that your sleep is a bit better, prioritising yourself, setting better boundaries, be able to make more time for yourself, all that jazz.
That's a great point. You can find structured plan online, you can find a warm-up routine, you can find a workout on TikTok, you can kind of learn how to train, but that is true. Like you need to find something that works specifically for you, and you need to have something that's not necessarily always built specifically for you. But in the initial stages, if you're a complete beginner, you do need something a little bit more specific and a little bit more kind of tailored around you. So to round up, 7 different points there, I think. I'm reading them from my board here. Having no structure is a huge mistake. Having no warm-up routine is a huge mistake. Following TikTok workouts, another big mistake. Lifting with your ego, another big mistake. Training too much or training too little for some people, and then not focusing on other lifestyle factors or other factors in general. Like the gym is just a small part of it. So if you need any help with anything, mindset, training, nutrition, lifestyle, get in touch. I'm sure we can help you. Anything to tidy up?
No.
Perfect.
MTN